All right, let's talk about something we've all experienced, those maddening, mysterious tech glitches that just seem to happen for absolutely no reason. But what if they're not so random? What if there's a common, invisible culprit behind them all? You know the drill. You're right in the middle of an important video call, and boom, the connection is gone. Or maybe you're just trying to relax and stream a movie, and all you get is that spinning wheel of death. It's one of the most common headaches of modern life. But seriously, why does it happen? And it's so much bigger than just your Wi-Fi. Have you ever been in a parking lot and your car's key fob just refuses to work? Or, and this is much scarier, what about a security camera that freezes right when you need it? Or a baby monitor that suddenly goes silent? See, these aren't just weird one-off problems. They're all symptoms of the same thing. And that thing has a name. It's called radio frequency interference, or RFI for short. This, right here, is the invisible threat that's causing so many of our tech frustrations. So, what is RFI really? Well, to put it simply, it's what happens when one wireless signal just crashes into another one and messes it up. It's basically invisible electronic noise that can make your connection drop, scramble your data, or even make your devices stop working altogether. You know, here's a really easy way to picture it. Imagine you're trying to tune into a radio station in your car, but you're caught between two signals. All you get is that awful static, right? A garbled mess. That's pretty much exactly what's happening to our wireless gadgets, just on a much, much bigger scale. Okay, so that leads to the big question. Why is this happening all the time now? Why does it feel like it's getting worse? Well, the answer is pretty simple. Our airwaves are getting incredibly crowded. Think about it. Every single wireless device we own, our phones, our Wi-Fi routers, our smart speakers, even the microwave, they're all shouting for attention in the same limited space. It's like a two-lane road that was suddenly forced to handle the traffic of a 10-lane superhighway. Things are bound to crash. And get this, the amount of traffic is just exploding. By 2030, it's expected that there will be over 50 billion wirelessly connected devices just in the US. 50 billion. That is an unbelievable amount of noise on that invisible highway, which means these signal collisions, they're not just possible, they're practically guaranteed. Now, it's really important to know that RFI kind of comes in two flavors. First, you've got unintentional RFI. This is the accidental stuff. It's caused by a faulty microwave oven, maybe, or just having way too many Wi-Fi networks crammed into one apartment building. It's a messy side effect of our connected world. But then, there's the other kind, intentional RFI, and this is the sinister stuff. This is deliberate signal jamming, and it's becoming a serious tool for criminals. And here's the real problem. Getting this under control is really, really hard. The FCC, the agency in charge of policing the airwaves, just doesn't have the resources to keep up. At the same time, you can go online and buy illegal jamming devices for next to nothing. And all the while, the number of wireless gadgets out there is just skyrocketing. So this problem, it's not going away. It's getting worse, fast. So far, we've mostly been talking about things that are annoying, right? A slow internet connection, a key fob that acts up. But this is the point where the story takes a sharp turn, from a simple nuisance to a very real danger. And a baby monitor is the perfect example. Yeah, a Wi-Fi glitch is frustrating. But a baby monitor that goes dead silent because of some interference, that's not just annoying, that is terrifying. It shows you how the exact same invisible problem can have wildly different stakes. Let's go back to that intentional threat. A criminal can sit in a parking lot with a cheap jammer and silently block the signal when you press the lock button on your key fob. You hear the beep, you walk away thinking your car is safe, but it's not. It's wide open, and the worst part is you'd have no idea until it was way too late. But this is where the stakes become life and death. We're moving way beyond personal convenience or even property crime now. We're talking about the systems that are supposed to keep us all safe. So I want you to really, truly think about this. What happens when RFI, accidental or not, stops a 911 call from connecting? What happens when a police officer's or a firefighter's radio gets filled with static during a crisis? In those moments when every single second is critical, a blocked signal isn't just a glitch, it's a catastrophe. And all of this brings us to a really crucial point. This isn't just some tech nerd topic. Understanding RFI is about understanding a huge story that affects every single one of us. A story that, honestly, is not being told nearly enough. This is why it matters. It's a consumer story about why the expensive gadgets we depend on are suddenly unreliable. And most importantly, it is a public safety story about the hidden fragility of the emergency systems we all take for granted. This is happening right now, in every town, in every neighborhood. So, in the end, we're left with a really big question. We're in this race to connect everything, our homes, our cars, our cities. But in our rush to connect everything, are we accidentally building a world where all those vital connections are actually more fragile and more vulnerable than ever before? It's something we really need to start talking about.